Hey guys, so I told you I got two packages today. One was the scale, and the other one was this sick black and white Evo 3 non-X version. So it's going to be a little bit more pinched. First impressions about the head, it's so classy. Such an elegant head. I love the black with the white insert. It gives you a lot of, just really stands out. And I love the gray jewel up here. We're going to do some gray in this stick to, pull it all together, not just make it two-tone, give it a little bit of depth. First reactions, the head seems really elongated. As you can see, this is like completely void on the sidewall here. And you can see like the traditional Evo logo is really stretched out. But I think it gives it a really good look. But it seems like a pretty tall head. I don't know. We'll see when it's strung how it turns out. But besides that, I absolutely love the thing. The other thing, it weighs 5.2 ounces. It's not heavy. It's pretty standard, but a little bit on the heavier side of the scale. But I think it's because it's so stiff and the two color. Because this thing is so stiff. Um, really, really, really stiff head, and I think they made it so stiff because there's nothing here, so it's gonna break in over time, and that's gonna give you a little bit more life if it starts out being that stiff. Um, so yeah, I mean, I like a flexier head for when you go for ground balls, you can kind of snap them up easier. But this I have a feeling this is gonna be a sick head, to say the least. I also really like the throat. They kind of went back to like the OG style warrior throat, which I think looks really pretty, but it has a little bit more carving and indents in it. And they also did the offset back, like they have. It's really short and offset, like on my Cobra, which I find sits in your hand really well for when you're one-handle cradling. It sits on the back of your hand, so I really like the feeling of that. And it's very similar to my Clutch 2 in terms of the inserts. Like you can see how the color flares a little bit. I think that's where they do the second shot of color or second shot of plastic in there. And I mean Warrior and Brine are now owned by the same company, made the same Canadian factory, so probably made the same exact way with the same exact plastic. One thing I am concerned about is the sidewall. They say it's optimal side hole placement, but you can see there's a big void here, and then it picks up again, and they're kind of short. But we'll see how it turns out. This just seems really long here, and then it gets really short. And we'll see how the stringing goes with this. I am going to put mark mesh in this bad boy for the customer, so I'm really excited for that. And I'm also excited because it's actually my first YouTube customer, first guy to get me ahead. So I'm really excited to send some of my work all over the country. That should be cool. And the other thing I hate is anytime you get a ball stop, they're always at like a ridiculous 29.5-degree angle. So I had to take that off and put it on square. It's like such a pet peeve of mine. I understand like who's getting paid to put those on crooked. Like I'll take your job. I can do that. Um, and yeah, so that's that. I'm a big fan of the head. I'll let you know when it's strung up. I'll do another video. And it's going to incorporate mark mesh, so I should have a lot to talk about and give you guys some feedback on that. So yeah, so this is the Warrior Evo 3, the black and the white. I'm saying right now the classiest head out there. And the customer told me he's going to put it on a black shaft, so I think I'm going to hook him up with some white and black screws to go with this. I think the white would be really awesome, especially if I do like a white bottom string. I think it's going to look like a tuxedo stick almost. Really, really, really sick head. Probably going to be my next purchase is one of these bad boys. So if you guys have any questions, if you need any measurements, or have any other questions about the stick, let me know. And yeah, and they also put the name on the bottom, which is really cool. On the other side, they have the Warrior. So, yep. All right, guys, have a good night. And next video I'll do on this is probably going to be this all strung up, and you guys can give me your 2 cents on that. Have a good night.